Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today is going to be free and light here on Eclipse for ya. It's yet another RJB replay. You know what that means. Top right, it's going to be our Protoss player. It is going to be free. At bottom left, it is light. I'm not sure these two players have ever played against each other on my channel before. But maybe they have. I've cast, I don't know, 3,000 Brood War replays so far, maybe more. So I do have a best of 5 featuring free versus Flash that I post, I don't know, maybe back in 2018 or so. So if you want a link to it, go ahead and let me know and I will hit you up with the link. Because again, I read every single comment that anybody ever leaves on my videos. I'm not big enough to where that is difficult. Alright, so Petey the Probe moving out here. What's up, dude? It's a 2-player map, so you know entirely accurately where the Terran player is. And let's see if people are going to skip steps here in this PvT. Well, Terran can, right? So it's a Barracks Factory is very safe, but Barracks Command Center Bunker is safe as well. But if you want to be safe as Protoss, Gateway Cybernetics Core expansion is the safe way to go. They do not have bunkers. Oh, it's a gas steal. Gas steal here on light. I feel like I haven't cast a light game in a while. He is an excellent, excellent Terran player. I feel like he is always very sound with his macro and his micro and his game sense. Not at Flash's level, but just you know, a couple steps below, which is not a shame. No shame in being a couple steps below Flash. So based on this gas steal, I kind of feel like Free wants light to go command center, bunker, then factory. This probe, man, Petey the Probe, taking HP off of these SCPs. Look how many injured workers there are here. There's another one. There's another one. This guy's sort of injured. This is great. And we're just going to send a Zealot across too. Neat. So yeah, what that does is basically say, all right, you're not getting factory units out very quickly because I stole your gas. So I'm going to send a Zealot across, which means you have to deal with Zealot pressure using nothing but Marines. No vultures for you, which totally sucks. Steve the SCV is over here being like, you haven't expanded yet. You don't have any gas yet. This is just going to be Zealots coming across the map for some time, isn't it? Yep, there's another. Oh, there's the expand. Remember when I was like, oh, if you want to be safe against Terran, you have to go Gateway, Cybercore, and then expand. And Free's like, shut up, nerd. I'm going to go Gateway, 2 or 3 Zealots, and then expand after a gas steal, and that'll keep the Terran player on the back foot for a while. And then the Zealot's like, maybe I don't want to go in there. There's already 4 Marines. And there goes the assimilator. And ooh, did you just see how that health bar went down? Isn't that weird? It's a visual glitch of some kind. Seems like it is. It seems like a visual glitch. Is he still not cybercoring here? This seems concerning. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about vultures for a while. Understandably so. I don't know, man. Top of the ramp, SCV body blocking. Another, like, these guys are ready to body block as necessary. That's what they're here for. If the Zealots want to get on top of these Marines, they body block, they tank the shots, the Marines are pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. SCVs are like, I didn't know we were drafted into front-line defense here. Sometimes you are, guys. You are wearing massive 60 HP mech suits. The Marines only have 40 HP, and they're in power armor. So yeah, sorry, you're out in front. You are not great at attacking things necessarily, but you sure can take a hit and keep on ticking, can't you, friend? Yes. So, like I said, bunker up. Second command center being built inside the main base and floated over. And we'll get a factory here now. Yep, there we go. Factory on the way. Cybercore done. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, it's somewhere over there. That's a second gateway. Righto, righto. What a fun game this is so far. I like that build. That opening from Free was pretty interesting. Yeah, RJB replays, man. They're always cool. They are always cool. In some way. Like, I just cast a TVZ featuring battle cruisers where the Zerg was trying to go crazy Zerg against it, and it was like, or crazy Ultra. It was like, beast, my friend. There are battle cruisers about. Your Ultralisks are not great against BCs. Anyway, it's a really long, interesting macro game in a bunch of ways. Definitely some mistakes made in it, but you know, you should check it out if you haven't. How about that? Yeah, extra factory on the way, because we're just going to make factories from this point on. We're just not going to bother with Marines anymore. There are timings you can show up at the Protoss' base with Marines and medics and fire bats and absolutely wipe out a Protoss player who doesn't have any splash damage yet, right? No Storm, no Reavers, and they just die. Bleh. But once they have that splash damage out, then all your Marines are worthless. So we're just not going to bother with it in this game. Dragoons. All right, cool. We don't have our range upgrade yet, but we don't need it to hit this barracks without taking shots. So tell you what, let's force this barracks to lift off. It doesn't want to take damage at all. And Singularity Charge is finishing. There it is. And behold, we shall continue to fire upon this bunker until that tank gets siege mode, which is very, very close. You know, we don't even need siege mode. Hey, let's just go ahead. A couple shots from a tank enough to... This is a pretty sizable Protoss army, man. So this... but now siege mode's done. You get out of there. Yep, we lost a Dragoon. Flew a little bit too close to the sun there. So it's tanks. It's tanks out early. Siege mode out early. No vultures at all. And instead a Goliath comes out. Interesting from light. Vultures are really good in this matchup. And that's what this wall is all about. Is preventing vultures from easily running into the natural base, running into the main base, causing all sorts of problems. Holy double Stargate Batman. What are we doing free? Free Fleet Beacon. It is a 2-base, 7-minute carrier start here, ladies and gentlemen. Look who's already going Charon boost and Goliaths. That's right. Light is. What? How did he... I have not heard him do a scan yet. It's entirely possible... No, there's a scan. Bloop. He doesn't know about... Oh, no. Has he already... He has. He did scan this once. Okay, so... vehicle weapons, Charon boost. Still making a tank here, but... Goliath. Okay. I'm like 99% sure that he knows. I think he must have gotten a scan off. And Free's like, come on, man. Did you really just scan this? Not even over here. It's over here. Whatever. Cool. So, Free's going to go for a third base. He really needs that third gas if he's going to be making carriers, because 2-base carrier takes forever and is not that fast. And you want to get a lot of carriers out before the enemy shows up with, you know, a maxed out army of tanks and Goliaths and stuff. Is Free... I mean, Free's got a little tiny ground army here. He just fired up 3 Dragoons, so yeah. He is definitely going for the hybrid strat of gateway units with carriers instead of simply going mass carrier, which was kind of the meta. And I snipe on that obs. Back in the mid-2000s, early 2000s, a lot of the time Protoss would just be like, I don't need a ground army. Let's just go all carriers. If we micro them well, we can defeat the Terran. But then they started being like, but if we also have Zealots and Dragoons and like High Templar throwing down storms and stuff, then the Goliaths have to choose between killing the carriers and killing the stuff that's directly really causing them problems, which are Zealots and Dragoons. They trade really well against Goliaths traditionally. And yeah, it just made Terran's job a lot harder. That's another snipe on an obs. Alright, well, no more observers left on the Terran side of the map, unfortunately, for Free. He can overcome it. Third base landing from light left side. He felt pretty comfortable with that because a carrier player is not going to have a big gateway army to come murder you anytime soon. That's the nice thing about if they go carriers, is you can get a third base. Not have to worry about it too much. Like, have a defense, but don't freak out about it. +1 air weapons, no real surprise if you're making carriers. And yeah, there are Zealots, Dragoons. Be shocked if we don't start seeing High Templar added into the mix eventually. But yeah, it is a vulture-less TVP. When was the last time you saw one of these? I mean, oh, I lied. There are a couple vultures out. Ha ha! Where did you boys come from? Look at me. Look, and he's making more too. Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, even if vultures aren't necessarily a big part of your main army composition, fighting this style the Protoss is going for, you still want them running around attacking bases, killing probes, you know, sniping off individual zealots that are running around, just being an absolute menace. But yeah, we're doing it. Two carriers joining the party. A new ob's on the way because his brothers are dead. And a probe thinking about going for a 4th base down this right side. I like it. Look, Terrans on 3 bases. You need to be up on base count against them. So there's your Citadel. All right, Citadel we're doing on the way. Templar Archives next. Get a little storm action. Get a little scanning. Scannerson. I mean, if he didn't know before, he knows now. I mean, he knew before. He knew before. So, I mean, Free has no interest in allowing vultures anywhere near his bases. The pylon wall-off is real. But he needs the pylons, too. It's not like he has 250 supply of pylons that he doesn't need. He's at 171 supply of pylons, 161 used. So before this engagement happens... Oh, never mind. Do not go in there. Just quick plug, I guess, for Baldur's Gate 3. Been playing that with Somicron out at twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin pretty much every day for the last week and a half. Maybe 2 weeks. The VODs are available at youtube.com/Somicron, sorry. If you want to watch the VODs on YouTube, if you want to be there live and kind of leave comments I can see live, then yeah, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. Good place to be. It's amazing. It is like the greatest game I played in some years. Oh, I mean, it's not StarCraft or anything, but it's very good. Decisions you make have incredibly detailed and well thought out consequences that bleed into the whole game. Their decision tree when they were defining this game must have been astronomically huge. There are different... I'm playing my own solo campaign too, in addition to the one that I'm doing with Somicron. And, like, we're constantly comparing notes about... Goodbye, Vulture. Oh, well, when I did this, this was different. And when I did this, this was different. And, you know, this player's here now. And this character's here now. And this character said this. And it's just like... It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, it's fun stuff. Check it out. Oh, what do we got here? We're kind of passing the night a little bit. I mean, yeah, Light's going to bust up here and get rid of this Dragoon army on the high ground. But then, surprise! Down the left side. Here comes Free with his carrier army. This 3rd base of Light appears to be in an immense amount of trouble. Here come the Goliaths. They're here to join the party, and then the carriers just pull back. Goliaths cannot chase you across this area. You want to come up a ramp? By all means, says Free. Why not? Yeah, just trying to avoid taking direct hits. And if the Goliaths want to come up here, they can take shots from Dragoon. Oh, is he going? Taking some serious body shots here, though. Yeah, Dragoon Zealots joining the party here. Taking down a siege tank. Wow, like 4 or 5 Goliaths just evaporated, but there is still a pretty good group there. Free's backing out, getting chased by Vultures, who should be focusing that Zealot, but also is a little bit far back, so just not worry about it, I guess. Ooh, did get a Dragoon. On the retreat, Blue Blood soaking into the ground here. 4th base is up, happy, not really bothered at all by Free, which is, man, what a great feeling that is, man. To get your 4th base, not have anybody attack it, you just get it up early, nobody's harassing. Everything's safe, and you're like, okay, now my economy is unstoppable. That's how it feels. So, oh boy, 3rd base. Man, this might just be a straight-up Protoss win here. This 3rd base is going to get canceled. Yeah, I didn't even have to really attack it. Light was like, oh, yeah, the Protoss army's here. Cool. So, now Light really needs to kill this 3rd base of Free if he's going to stay in this game. Spider mines all over the place. Storm is on the way, not quite there yet. DT's being added. A little bit of some desperation DT stuff here. I lied. Not desperation from Free. He's doing all right. Wait, is that a 4th base that was under attack? Did he lift this over here? I think it was. I'm an idiot. That was his 4th base. Either way, Light's busting into the front door of Free, not worrying about that third base at all. Ground army here, carriers trying to just kind of patrol his own third base and maybe try to save the natural while he is at it. And yeah, check that out. That was canceled. Okay, fourth base attempt by Light gets killed. Okay, not nearly as catastrophic as I thought it was because they look the same. I guess there's gas on the south at the third base, though. And the carriers say, get away from my natural, please. Thank you very much. Get out of here. Supply blocked is Free, but he's got 188 supply available. So he should be able to recover that no problem. Mech upgrades are +2/+1. Air +2 attack for the Protoss and +1 attack for the gateway units working on +2 and +2 respectively. EMPs on the way. A little EMP on this carrier group is never a bad thing. Spider-Mine serving for deterrence for the ground army, but also for early warning. If Free's going to come over this way, he'd prefer to know about it a little bit earlier. Yeah, and Light says, I have the composition to deal with you, sir. I have enough Goliaths to handle your carriers. I have enough ground army to handle your ground army, but do you want to come up a ramp? Says Free. Light says, yeah, I'll siege up right here. That's fine. And he sieges up right there. Zealots try to get on top of the tanks. One of them does. The other one's retreats. This is Free on full retreat right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, this went from a game where I thought the Terran was in immense amounts of trouble because I thought he lost his third base to being, oh, well, he's got his fourth base up. The Protoss has his fourth base up, but he doesn't have a fifth. And suddenly, all is pretty bad. That Observer scouts the fourth base. Is not happy about that. Dies out of shame. And Light's all, oh, I don't know about this tank position here. Unsiege. Siege closer. Park your stuff somewhere else. Yeah, here we go. If the carriers are not... Look, if the army of the Protoss is not going to engage, you walk up here, you kill his natural, you set siege to his main, you attack his third base simultaneously. And if he wants to base race you, which it sure seems like he wants to do... Yeah, look at him. Oh, those are free High Templar. Those are free High Templar. You're going to let him go? No. Okay, good. Okay, good. Well, DTs are into the third base of Light. Chaos reigns right now. Fourth base of Light is going down, but the majority of the army from Light shows up to try to save said fourth base and the third base. And, yep, there was enough Protoss left behind to wipe out the ground forces of Light that were at the natural base of the Protoss. 44 to 51 workers. Both players have taken some hits economically, but neither of them are even close to dead. Look at Light expanding to the south here. The bottom right corner. Trying to ninja expand down that way for a fourth base. Carriers pretty much unsupported here. No ground units for them whatsoever. The ground army of Free is, it's a little anemic, but he's producing. Making Zealots, Dragoons, High Templar with that storm. I don't think we've seen any storms go down yet. And try dropping over here, but actually, I don't think he can find a drop position where he's not taking cannon hits. Maybe here with a tank will totally work. I'd like to see that attempted by Light. +2 attack is done for the carriers. +3 on the way. Gateway units at +2. Mech is at 3-2. Here comes our engagement. Great storm, but the ground army says, way too many +3 tanks. Never mind. Definitely not. Light is also trying to retake his fourth base, which would make this bottom right command center a fifth base, I think. Storm up. Storm up. Takes 2 storms to take out a tank or a Goliath, which is kind of asking a lot. I don't know if the interceptor count is very good here. These Goliaths have been absolutely murdering interceptors nonstop. I wish there was a way to see entire interceptor count, but that's something we're just going to have to estimate here based on how many interceptors fly out of these carriers. And it's not super incredibly healthy here either. Yeah, see, that one just died. That one died. It's a push-up light. 200 supply to 186. Both players are effectively maxed out, but that's a 4th base rolling from light. And it's just been 4 bases from free for way too long. A couple zealots are like, yo, do you have a 4th base up here? And the answer is no. And okay, so free feels good about it. I don't know if there's enough Protoss to actually do this. Great storms to bruise up this mech, but there's DTs wandering around in here, but scans revealing them. Now the question is, do you have enough Goliaths for the carriers? And based on the carrier retreating position here, it sure seems like you do. This is a little bit of a scrap fest right now. A huge swell of Goliaths joining this party. I don't know. I think free just economically is even with the Terran. Who's meching? Never feels good. Just enough Goliath with upgrades where he doesn't necessarily need to be getting body hits on the carriers for this to work for him. Crazy stuff here from Light. This is amazing. Free's like, I cannot let this Terran just sit on my front door. He's got to be parking somewhere else. Can't disagree with that assertion. Couple siege tanks here to kill your 3rd base. Oh, that has been fired on a bunch already. And I think it's dead. Hey, I don't know if Free found this by accident or what, but this new 4th base of Light is dead. But on the other side, can you stop the Terran who is showing up at your front door? You don't have a home away from home. You don't have a summer camp to go back to. Oh, these poor probes. 57 to 27 workers. Major advantage for the Terran right here. And I think this might be it. I think the Terran might have done it. He's up about 30 supply. His economy. Oh, this little trap area. No! No! Lost a carrier. Just kind of casually, not watching too closely about where these Goliaths are. Lost a carrier in the process. 180 to 135 supply. The 3rd base for Free is gone. His natural is mining out. I mean, in fairness, Light does not have a replacement 4th base at all, which seems bad for him. 57 SCVs and effectively 1 mining base at the moment. Here comes Free trying to get the Terran off of his front door. I don't know if he can, though. These +3 siege tanks, the Dragoons are just dying all over the place. The Goliath damage pretty good in situations like this with a little bit of tank support, too. He's trying to micro his carriers to the best of his ability. The Goliaths have to decide whether to shoot these zealots or whether to hit the carriers, right? That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this game. But Light's up 140 to 80 supply. Another huge swell of Goliaths shows up. Carrier army is 8. They've got that +3 attack. These interceptors are hitting pretty darn hard. Can he actually rid himself? No, he can't get the Terran off the front door, and GG taps out. Light is our winner in 23 minutes here. Impressive. Seriously impressive display of how to play TVP against someone who opens up carriers on 2 bases. It's exactly what Free was going for, man. Just great stuff. Great upgrades. I like that he snuck this base down here. That was a massive factor in his win. I don't like that he really never replaced the 4th base. Like, he lost the 4th base after it had been running for a minute, right? He canceled it once, and then he lost it, and then he rebuilt it, and then he lost it, and he never replaced it, and this thing was running for a couple minutes, really important moments for him. Then it died. He didn't replace that either, but he was just like, I smell blood. If we've killed this 3rd base of the Protoss and he hasn't expanded anywhere else, it's because I've got spider mines covering those potential locations, then he's a 1-baser. He's down here. I know he's here. I saw that. Against my 1 base. And my 1 base to his 1 base is pretty effective. And he's right. And I think he's right about that, right? Obviously, 1 base Protoss versus 1 base Terran. The Terran does have an advantage here. The upgrades, again, fantastic. 3/3 upgrades. No armor, no shield upgrades for the gateway units. I'm not sure how much it really matters. We see a lot of Protoss skip those against Terran mech because the tanks just hit so hard that having, you have 3 armor. It's like, well, it took 40 damage to the face. Or, 85, having 4 armor is not going to really help all that much. for those attacks. So GG. Well done, Light. Impressive. Getting that win. 175,000 points for free, 187,000 points for Light. Free outproduced the Terran, but I got out-killed by a 2-to-1 ratio. That's brutal. Both players killed exactly 9 buildings each. That's fun. And this total spent, it's just too even. It's too even for a Protoss player to defeat a Terran, period. You can't only spend 2,000 more resources than your Terran opponent going mech in 23 minutes and expect to win. You can't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't expect to win. And I mean, the longer the game went on, I'm sure Free didn't really expect it to win. So, GG. That was fantastic. Good display there by Light. Good replay from RJB. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.